Hello and welcome back to the Cosmic Wheel Sisterhood. Last time we had a talk with Patrice, who ended up convincing us to run for the election for who is going to lead the coven next. This time we get to see the fallout with that, having told Dahlia and Jasmine through Abramar, I believe. So let's get comfy, get cozy, and we will get right on into it. Jasmine is the first one to have reached out, following us declaring that we have indeed put ourselves in the race for leader of the coven. Oh, okay, so they don't actually know yet. They don't know yet, but we're about to tell them. Ooh, dear Fortuna, you wanted to see us, right? I'd love to get together before the race starts. Let me know when it's a good time and I'll pick up Dahlia and come over to your place. Your friend, Jasmine. Ooh, okay. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's invite them. Oh God, they're both... Why are they... Oh no. No, the panic. Hi, both of you. Thanks for coming. It's been centuries since we got the three of us together. I don't know why we didn't do this, like, I don't know, right away. What's up, witches? And you bet, magic life can get so chaotic sometimes that we just forget to enjoy it. Yeah, it makes me so happy to see the two of you together. Oh, yeah, we should plan a trip for when I regain my freedom. That sounds like a nice thing for us to look forward to in the future. And it very much declares that we want that future friendship, you know? That's an incredible idea. You got a fire double ready. Any idea where you would like to go? Defrenia, the city of blacksmiths? That sounds like a great trip, but I'd rather go for something less dark for my first time out. I've always wanted to visit the Deerfolk Kingdom. My mentor, Eugenia, always told me amazing stories about it. Oh, I'm in! I heard they have some fine studs in their brothels. Dahlia! I'm sure you could use a bit of action too, Jasmine. Wow. I have a satisfactory sex life. What are you implying? I was just teasing you, silly. Really? By the way, is that how we're starting this? Just, by the way, friends, remember when I told you I would support you in that one thing? Well, I'm now doing it. Are you nervous about the elections at all? You can't imagine. I'm cool. More excited than anything. On the one hand, I'm not worried because whoever wins in the end, the coven is going to be well looked after. On the other hand, I want what's best for the coven, and I truly believe my program is the safest bet. Just to be clear, I do think that you'd make for a lovely leader, but playing it safe is the death of progress, Jasmine. But aren't we all well already? We just need to iron out Adana's more abusive politics and put some love into the community. That's because the status quo benefits you. Think about all the novices and about all the witches who don't fit into that orderly vision, myself included. My plan is not to start a revolution, but to level the playing field. It's not fair that power is held by the eldest. Novices need to be guided, though. Think about when we had just ascended. We weren't in any shape to be making important decisions. I don't know about that. Age has its own setbacks. What do you think, Fortuna? Well, about that. I guess it's time I make my stance clear. I'm running for leader myself. Oh, no. What? Oh my, but aren't you exiled? Patrice is going to help me run the campaign. In fact, it was her who practically forced me into this venture. Okay, and what's your deal? I'm not really sure yet. We still have to define our program. But my sister is dead set on having my divination at the helm of the new government. That'd be quite an asset, all right? Have you really thought this through? I doubt a criminal has much of a chance at leadership. Jasmine! That's a bit strong, yeah. I'm not a criminal, Jasmine. Part of the plan of becoming the next leader is to eradicate unfair punishments. So you actually wanted to meet us to declare war, huh? Not war. I just thought it would be proper to let you know firsthand. I really think that no matter who wins, the future is bright. Yeah, that's what I like to think. But the stress of competing against you two is a bit overwhelming. Why don't we use this opportunity to promise that no matter what, we'll still be friends after the race is over? No promises needed. Never had a doubt about it. Likewise, we will always be friends. Thank you. I don't know what I would do if I lost you. That I thought, based on initial reactions, I thought that was going to go so much worse than it did. So that's good. That's good. You won't. I love you. I love you too. I love you 3. Fuck off. Okay, the next few weeks are about to get pretty busy. I'd better leave and start prepping my knives. Figuratively speaking, I understand. No, literally, I'm a daggersmith. That's what I do. No need to stab anyone, though. I hope. Okay, you take care. Okay. See you soon. Take care, both of you. Bye. Thanks for coming. I did think that was going to go much worse. I'm glad that that it's okay. But now we have Patrice, of course. Patrice. Fortuna, everything is set to go. Get your shit in order because it's about to get real. Let me know when you're ready and we'll review the program and campaign plan. Patrice. Okay. Should we make a card first? Let's make a card first. Let's just make one cheeky card. We'll just make a cheeky little card and then we will deal with Patrice. I think that's a solid thing to do because we haven't pulled any cards lately and I feel like one's coming up. So plus we've got so much energy to spend. So let's make something. Let's go with the Sunset Docks. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Oh, ancient eye of our leader, allow me to pierce through the fabric of this magic. I desire to know more. I keep doing this and I'm the worst. Emotion, intuition, substance. Okay, we want this one. We will select this one, but we have no more water energy to spend. Shamans have been taking care of the soul and heart of many tribes since the birth of mortal kin. These mortals can grasp a blur of the ideas we witches weave into the light of the stars. Ooh, yes, let's grab that. We could use this pith cloth because we haven't had a chance to use it yet. So let's make a card with these 3 things. I'm going to move them all together up on this. I'm just going to put something together right here and we will see how that turns out. Ooh, I think this turned out pretty good. It's like they're casting bones and like moving feathers with energy in the air. Let's finish it up. But I think this is a nice looking card. Antria Net. A tide of salt and melancholy. There's communion in the serenity of tribal meditation. The figure of a sensible leader offers rightfulness. The astronaut's pith cloth stimulates purpose and discovery. Ooh. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's gorgeous. Okay, let's come away from that and let's deal with Patrice. How are you? Fine. Ready and focused. I feel like, yes, we just made a card we've told the people we love, we're ready, we're focused. Good. Hold on to that fuel. Did you meet with Dahlia and Jasmine? Yes, I did. How did they take it? I believe we're fine. All is good. Really? We promised we'll always be friends no matter what. Ugh, so corny. This is going to be the weirdest political race in the universe. Maybe all political conflicts should be handled with as much love as this one. Well, jury's still out on how well this is going to go. They're good friends. I'm sure this will all be handled honourably. There's no honour in politics, only victory. Whatever. What now? Okay, allow me to give you a rundown of what's ahead. We have to define a program and a plan. First, we'll analyse our opponents and I'll interview you to see where we stand on the main issues. Then we'll sketch and review a program. Once we get to something solid, we'll form a team and schedule some campaign actions to get the ball rolling. The date for the election congress hasn't been decided yet, but we're against the clock as of now. All clear? Yes. Good. First of all, did someone tell you about the 5 pillars of the coven? You know, judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. I don't know what you're talking about. Jasmine did go through this a little bit. Really? Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. There are 5 key directives that keep our coven's cogs churning. As I said, judgment, law enforcement, forbidden arts, mortal affairs, and witch duties. Make good note of them. Judgment is about how we deal with conflicts within the coven, how we determine who's at fault and such. It's about the executive branch, where the coven is going, and how we deal with major events. Until now, we've had runic judgment, which basically consisted of Adana consulting with the gods and us blindly swallowing whatever she fed us. Then we have law enforcement. That's how the coven punishes anyone who did something wrong or forbidden as determined by judgment. Right now, as you're well aware, we send infractors to exile for a variable amount of time depending on the severity of their actions. Can our slogan be, "Fuck you, exile"? Very punk. It may work. Next is forbidden arts. That's how we deal with perilous magic and knowledge, such as summoning behemoths, necromancy, etc. The current directive is that when the coven determines that something could put our community at risk, we ban it. Then there's mortal affairs. That's how we deal with humans and traditionally put other quote-unquote lesser beings. Lesser beings as in animals or any life form that doesn't have access to magic. Actually, fuck that term, by the way. Adana determined that the mortals should be exploited and manipulated at witches' convenience. Did you know that Adana wanted to cause World War III on Earth? What? Why? To harvest energy from mortals. Fucking bastard. We still have a celebration pending to send her off to hell. You bet. Last but not least, there are the witch duties. That defines what obligation members have to the coven. Right now, we have those obnoxious quarterly controls Adana imposed on us to check our progress. You skip them thanks to exile, but damn if they haven't been a pain in the ass. Also, should a witch fail to deliver, they'll eventually lose their membership. Imagine the strain that's put on many of our sisters. I would have gladly done my homework in exchange for freedom, though. I know, but still. Luckily, the controls are suspended until after the elections, and many of us are hoping they'll be cancelled forever. Nice. That's all 5 of them, right? Yes. But for these elections, there's an additional critical point to the race. What do we do with Adana's corpse? Oh, right. The coven is divided between devouring her, making the 100 members that we are right now more powerful, or scattering her remains throughout the cosmos so more witches can ascend, making the coven more diverse. What's your stance on that? I don't have a strong opinion on it. I'm fine with either becoming more powerful or welcoming more witches. But make no mistake, it's one of the hottest topics in these elections, so whatever you choose, be ready for a storm. Understood. Internalize these issues. Take your time. Let me know when you're ready to continue. Done? I think so. I think I'm ready. Good, let's start with dissecting our rivals then. Who do you want to start with? Jasmine is rubbing me the wrong way. The criminal comment was so unnecessary. Jasmine. Understood. Jasmine was born in a small English town during the Industrial Revolution circa 1800. That put her in a cultural sweet spot for amassing the sympathies of the coven. She's a young witch in the eyes of the eldest medieval and ancient witches, but not so alien as us contemporary witches with our world wars, TV, internet, and other global lunacies. Jasmine gets along with us, but is also a part of the last decent generation, according to the most conservative witches. Her politics are a liberal revision of Adana's, removing the most tyrannical mechanisms by reducing punishment and responsibilities. That will maintain the status quo, but give more room for individualism and personal enterprise, free from so many duties and the fear of failure. How did you manage to get all of that info in so little time? Please, I'm a detective, sis. This was barely scratching the surface. I love Patrice so much. Oh my god. Now focus. Her program to achieve this is judgment will be performed by a quorum of the 4 eldest witches in agreement with the leader. That is the sweetest candy of her program for the old lot. Enforcement will work with a system of strikes. She hasn't specified how many yet, but should a witch accumulate enough warnings, she will be expelled from the coven. Way less radical than exile, and the worst case scenario is the freedom to start anew elsewhere. Regarding forbidden arts, she won't change a thing. Anything deemed dangerous by the eldest witches will be banned. Then for mortal affairs, Jasmine proposes a model of protection and guidance. What is good for humanity? What should we protect them from? I guess that'll be determined by the quorum of the eldest. Lastly, as for witch duties, she proposes a policy of no vigilance. Jasmine argues that we should trust every sister that will have the coven's interest in mind, and that there's no need to evaluate or impose any duties on any member. And of course, regarding the trending topic, Jasmine wants the coven to devour Adana's corpse so we all become more powerful. Take a minute to interiorize Jasmine's program. Okay, so this judgment I disagree with, this top one. It shouldn't just be a council of the eldest because they don't know anything about modern times, right? It should be a diverse council of old and young witches alike. That's how that should work. That's how anything should work. That everything should be a diverse council. Anyway, law enforcement, expulsion after many warnings is not a bad way to go. Forbidden arts banning, again, chosen by the eldest witches who won't know necessarily what's best for the current times. We'll have to think about the forbidden arts. Mortal affairs, guide and protect is good, and witch duties, freedom and trust is good. Sure. Done? Yeah, done. Perfect. So tell me now, what do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? These plans benefit the powerful and forsake novices. Yes. It's not fair. It's not a fair program. Interesting. If we adopt this strategy, we may polarize the coven's opinion, but in the long run, we could gather the support of the young and weak, plus the support of the most compassionate elders. It may do the trick. Good. Now, to assess the candidate herself. Let's use your privileged info on Jasmine. What would you say is Jasmine's strongest point? She does have a charming mother-like aura. This could be true as well. I'm going to go with this one. Right, a mother figure could well become the prom queen of this race. Many voters decide based on instinct rather than analysis, and Jasmine's persona promises to be an excellent caretaker for the lot of us. We'll need to expose her ugly sides to distort those motherly attributes. Now to her flaws. What would you say is Jasmine's weakest point? Envy is one, for sure. She got really mad that that one witch didn't contact her. Gretha, right? I would say anxiety as well. She does seem to get stressed easily. Ooh, that's really easy to exploit. Good. That's a flaw that will trigger almost automatically just by competing for leadership. But we can push her buttons so she loses focus and messes up. I feel so bad doing... Yeah, I don't like this at all. Can't we just focus on how well we do as opposed to tearing down our friends? That seems so unnecessary. Toughen up, Fortuna. Her advisors will be doing the same about you, no doubt. Yeah, but we don't have to be that way. We don't have to be that bad. Plus, these are emergency resources. If we play our cards right, we can hope for a clean victory. Focus on bringing your best game and I won't have to push any ugly buttons. Talk about pressure. Shall we go over to Dahlia now? Okay. Dahlia is not from Earth. On our home planet, politics have evolved and twisted more than anywhere else in the explored universe. She comes from the demonic desert lands, where matriarchy-based warlordism and chieftainship are the primary form of organization, even nowadays. I'm not saying to underestimate her, but we can expect her to not be well prepared to navigate the intricacies of a political campaign. On the other hand, Dahlia's politics seem to be very different from her homeworlds. From what I've gathered, her focus seems to be collectivizing the Coven's duties and responsibilities, distributing the Coven's power horizontally. Level the playing field is practically her slogan. Her program to achieve this is judgment by referendum. Dahlia argues that in a community this compact, we should have to account for every member's input, regardless of their background or preparation. Okay. Enforcement. None whatsoever. She believes in amicable resolution. That's not bad either. Communication and understanding is good. And should dialogue fail, she wants to leave the matter in the hands of the arbitrage office, which seems fair. Her point being that we don't need to police ourselves when we already have the magical pact. Forbidden arts. Free access and education. Allow free access to any kind of magic and then control them through education, not banning, is a great practice. That's so good. Mortal affairs. Cut all ties with mortals. Dahlia believes we're too privileged to be messing around with people's lives. She thinks we should leave them and be focused on the cosmic and the magical. Okay. Witch duties, magical tax. Have every member of the coven share a percentage of their magic output to pool resources for the benefit of the clan. And finally, she believes we should scatter Adana's remains so more witches can ascend and our coven can become more diverse. I pretty much agree with this whole thing, though. So to run against Dahlia, I feel like I just want to support Dahlia. I never got to hear Dahlia's, 5 pillars. As you can see, Dahlia is betting on a kind-hearted community that requires goodwill to work. Almost utopic, I must say. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Yeah, I don't want to undermine it. It's good. It's good. It's pretty cool. I don't want to undermine it. That won't float. It's imperative you challenge your opponent's ideals to get ahead. Try again. What do you think is the best strategy to undermine her program? Why give me that option if I'm not allowed to use it? God damn it. Oh, this is so hard. This is so cozy. It was such a cozy little card game not that long ago, and now it's like just horizontalism will make us slow and clumsy, maybe. A bit of an authoritarian stance, maybe, but if we offer a powerful alternative, it'll work. We'll need to come up with the power structure smart enough to overcome the illusion of horizontalism. Okay, now let's capitalize on your immediate knowledge about your rival. What would you say is Dahlia's strongest point? Yeah, she is hugely charismatic and confident. She's very determined. Very popular. I'm going to go with this one, though. Extremely charismatic, extremely so. Yeah, if this were a popularity contest, she'd have the upper hand. I'm sure her campaign will kick off with a lot of momentum. We can't hope to defeat her on any revolutionary grounds. We'll have to play on your intelligence and mysticism to get a bit of her cake. Alright, what about her weaknesses? What is Dahlia's most critical flaw? She is quite impulsive and impatient. Good. If we can provoke her during debate, the coven is sure to question her ability to rule. We should be on the lookout for opportunities to get her mad during the campaign. Is this really necessary? This feels so mean, though. It's your call, but if we don't exploit your opponent's flaws, it'll make it less likely for you to become the next leader. Politics are ugly, I know. But also let me tell you, you should expect the same from your rivals, friends or not. I'm sure they won't be pulling any punches. Be ready. Oh, I'm already regretting this. But sure, whatever, I'll handle it. Alright, now for the third candidate. What, there's more? Of course, no one told you. No? Who is it? Is this going to be Greta? No one truly thinks she poses any threat to Dahlia or Jasmine, but she is a candidate nonetheless. We should study her. I believe this dark horse had a chance of surprising us all. Who is it already? Come on. Capressa, the historian witch. This is so pretty. The eldest witch in our coven. She precedes even Adana. Capressa is originally from Earth, but ascended way before humanity started even writing. She has an infallible memory. All events get registered inside her tree rings. The thing is that she's always played a secondary role in the coven, just supporting us with her wisdom. But apparently Capressa isn't a fan of change and isn't happy with the direction Jasmine or Dahlia wants to take the coven, so for the first time she's running for leader. Her program is easy to sum up. She wants to keep things exactly as Adana left them. Moreover, she advocates for preserving Adana's corpse as some sort of oracle, to keep using her as a channel to consult with the gods and to set the direction for the coven. I didn't know that was even an option. Wow, fuck Capressa. Fuck her program. In any case, I know Capressa personally and she's very kind and helpful. But yes, no one wants the ghost of Adana to keep ruling over us. She has very few supporters, all among the eldest, but I wouldn't underestimate her. Capressa is this special mystical aura around her. Combined with her vast knowledge, she's sure to impress many voters during the campaign. Depending on how gruesome the race gets, we could scare some of the most conservative witches into switching sides from Jasmine to Capressa. I see. As long as we don't underestimate Capressa and keep her in check, it should all be fine though. Understood. Alright, Are you ready to start defining our program? Do you want to take a break? Let's take a break. Let's take a break. All right, I'll stay here reviewing our options. Let me know when you're ready to move on. Let's take a break. One, because we've run out of time and that was just a buttload of information all coming at us all at once. I really like Dahlia's campaign though. That's the route that I would want to go down. Oh, this is going to be so difficult. But we're going to have to continue that next time. Thank you so much for watching, lovelies. I can't believe they took that so well. But man, I don't like being pitted against them. I feel like it's really mean. Anyway, have a crackin' time zone. You stay fed, you stay watered, you stay rested. Know that you're loved because I love you. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, lovelies.